Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Today we're serving up a fence favorite, our monthly recipe program. And as we set our gardens for the season and set our hopes on the bounty to come, Chef Marco is taking inspiration from anticipation and thinking fresh. In season or out, Marco has fresh recipes for you and your family to break out of the same old, and try something new, different, fresh. Let's join Marco in the kitchen to find out what's inspiring his early summer menu.
Thank you, Fran. Hi, I'm Marco Ayala, and I'm here to share another recipe with all of you. It's finally warm outside, and you know what that means, right? It means that spring is here and that we're gonna start getting fresh veggies and fruits pretty soon. It's also time to hit the garden, so if you grow your own veggies or your own fruits, it's time to start getting those gardens ready, because some of the fruits are already out, such as strawberries, which are one of my favorite spring fruits, and I always look for recipes that feature strawberries because those sweet, very red Vermont strawberries are absolutely delicious. So let's get started with an appetizer. And well, this time I'm not making an appetizer, I'm making a drink because it's getting warm outside, which means that we are also getting thirsty. Remember that it's always important to drink plenty of liquids when you're outside and it's warm. So I decided to make a Brazilian strawberry limeade. And this is so refreshing, it is so good, and it is so easy to make. As you can see, it's creamy colored, and if you're wondering why that is, well, let me tell you how to put it together. First, you're gonna take 4 limes, wash them thoroughly, and you're gonna cut them into quarters. Then you're gonna transfer your lime pieces into a blender. You're gonna add 3 cups water, and you're gonna blend it for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then, with a wire strainer, you're gonna pour the contents of the blender into a clean container. Make sure to pat into the pulp so you can get all the liquid out of it. Something important to note about this recipe is that you don't want to let your mixture just sit in the blender for too long. Why is that? Well, you're using the rinds, and of course the rinds are going to add some bitterness to the base of your limeade, so you don't want it to be too bitter. So make sure to blend your ingredients and immediately pour them and pass them through the strainer so you get some of that nice bitterness, but it's not too much. Then you're gonna take about 5 big strawberries or 10 small strawberries, remove the tops, transfer them to the blender, and bring your liquid back into the blender and blend thoroughly. Then you're gonna pass the mixture through a mesh strainer again, discard the solids, and transfer it into a pitcher. And the base of your limeade is ready. Add 3 more cups of water and stir it well. Then you're gonna add half a cup condensed milk and stir it well. And yes, that is our secret ingredient, condensed milk, because this is gonna make it slightly creamy, as you can see. And let me pour some here. Look at that. And it's gonna add some sweetness. I personally don't like drinks that are overly sweet, so for me, it's just enough with that half a cup of condensed milk. However, if you and your family prefer a sweeter drink, you can add 1/3 cup sugar to the base of your limeade. And that is it. Now it's ready to enjoy. Look at that color. It has strawberries, so it's good for you. It has limes, it's refreshing, it's sweet and slightly bitter. So, cheers to that. And now that we have, ooh, this is good. And now that we have that part ready, now let's talk about our main dish. I wanted to make something that is really fresh and something that uses some of the veggies that you probably are planting already in your garden, but something that is also kind of different. So that's how I came up with the idea to make this ceviche salad. It has cucumbers, tomatoes, cilantro, onions, and shrimp. So let me tell you how to put this together. First, you're gonna take about 1 pound cooked shrimp and you're gonna cut them into smaller pieces and transfer them to a bowl. Then you're gonna take 1 large cucumber, peel it, remove the seeds, and cut it into small pieces and transfer the cucumbers to the bowl. Then you're gonna take 4 Roma tomatoes, cut them into small pieces. Then you're gonna take 1 jalapeno pepper, take the seeds and the veins out, cut it into small pieces, and transfer it to the bowl with the tomatoes. Then you're gonna take 1 bunch cilantro, chop it well, transfer it to the bowl. Then take half an onion, chop it well. In this case, I'm using a little food processor. Season with salt and pepper. And then you're gonna take 4 to 6 limes, cut them in half, and squeeze the juice into your salad. Another thing to note about the salad is that it's very versatile, because whether it's because you don't like shrimp or maybe someone in your family is allergic or you're watching your budget, you can substitute the shrimp for 2 to 3 cans of tuna, which makes it much more budget friendly. And also optional, you can add some avocado. I usually do it at the end, just so the avocado doesn't get brown, because you want this salad to sit in your fridge 4 to 6 hours so all the ingredients blend well. And let me put some of this here on this little plate, which, by the way, I serve it over chips, with tortilla chips. However, you can serve it with bread, you can serve it with tortillas, or you can just serve it in a bowl. And let me tell you, this salad is so good. It's really fresh. And you know what? Since I have this right here, I'm going to give it a bite because I can't wait. That is so good. And we're circling back to the strawberries. I love desserts that feature strawberries, especially when you can get them fresh and right out of the garden. So that's how I decided to make a strawberry upside down cake. And look at how pretty that looks. It's so easy to make. It's ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. So let me tell you how to put this together. First, you're gonna take about 12 ounces strawberries that have been washed, hulled, and sliced into 1/4 inch thick slices. Then, to an 8x8 pan, you're gonna add 3 tablespoons melted butter and 1/3 cup packed light brown sugar. Then, you're gonna arrange the sliced strawberries in a single layer over the brown sugar, making sure the slices are touching slightly or overlapping. And as you can see, I overlap them here in opposite directions. Once you cut the strawberries, they kind of look like a little heart, so you could actually put them all in a row so they look like an explosion of hearts. Then, for the batter, to a bowl you're gonna add 1 1/4 cup all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 4 tablespoons softened butter, half a cup sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and half a cup of milk. Mix it well, and it will turn into a somewhat heavy batter. And that is actually what you want. You don't want this batter to be too light, because then it will be too cake-like and it wouldn't absorb all the juice from the strawberries. Pour the batter on top of the strawberries and carefully spread it until you cover all of the strawberries. And then bake it at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or until golden brown. And as you can see, my assistant Nico and his friend Nabi were guarding the oven, hoping to get a piece of cake. Once your upside down cake is out of the oven, let it cool completely. Then run a knife on the sides of the pan, wiggle it a little bit, and turn it onto a plate. And look at that. It came out perfect. I couldn't be any luckier. But it's not really all about how good it looks. It's about how good it tastes. So let's take a piece out and oh my, check that out. That upside down cake looks amazing. It has fresh strawberries. It's very well done. And I'm telling you, I think that your family is really going to enjoy this cake, this ceviche, or this lemonade. And for these recipes and for many other recipes, remember to check out the Across the Fence website and connect to Across the Fence through social media by following us on Facebook, subscribing to our YouTube page, or following us on Twitter. And then you can get all the latest updates of Across the Fence right on your phone or your computer. And on that note, I'm going to encourage you to enjoy the outdoors, spend time of your garden, get some sun, enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. And most importantly, also enjoy your food. And from my kitchen to your kitchen, happy cooking and cheers.
Thank you, Marco. Everything looks delicious as always. And that's our program for today. Thank you for joining us Across the Fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.